Hello, my name is Alex Merced, and I am the Libertarian Party's 2017 candidate for the next Comptroller of New York City. Now, what I want to do is talk a little bit about what is the case for a Libertarian as the next Comptroller of New York City. Now, not everyone's a Libertarian, and not everyone agrees with Libertarians on every policy issue. But for the office of Comptroller, it's not about setting policy, but holding policy accountable. And if there is one party that cares a lot about holding government accountable and protecting your property, it's the Libertarian Party. So when it comes to holding Democrats and Republicans accountable, you would want someone who's not a Republican, not a Democrat, to hold Democrats and Republicans accountable. So in a position about accountability like Comptroller, if you vote for a Democrat or Republican, you're voting for someone within the system to hold the system accountable, not someone from the outside who can look at both parties, look at the actions on both sides with the kind of skepticism you need for true accountability. But again, this is also a position that has a lot to do with finance. So you want someone with financial experience who understands things like municipal financing, which is a big part of what the Comptroller does, helping achieve the financing for the day-to-day operations of New York City. You want someone who understands finance enough to be able to ask the tough questions that are necessary to make sure that the pension system that New York City taxpayers fund and that New York City workers will retire with, that it's safe. So that way people can retire safe and sound and not have to worry about a lot of these pension problems we're seeing occur across the country. But you need someone who has that financial literacy. And neither of the other candidates have much of a financial background. I've worked in finance for the last 10 years, training people in all levels of finance, training people who manage pension funds, training people who advise day-to-day investors, and people who trade securities on a regular basis. So I've built relationships within this industry that to help me inform myself on these issues. But at the same time, I'm got experience in seeing what's underneath the hood. At the end of the day, I'm not looking to use this office as a platform to run for mayor, as existing and current comptrollers have, by basically creating token gestures, using people's pension money to virtue signal and set themselves up for the mayorship. I am going to sit down and build relationships. I'm not here to be an antagonist either. I want to build the relationships with the city council, with the mayor, so that way as I hold things accountable, as I make my recommendations on how things can be done better, that I can work with people to help get those things done. Because at the end of the day, it's city council who has the onus to truly make those changes happen. I can only make recommendations, but I will try to build those relationships and work with them to make sure that accountability and change that benefits New York City taxpayers and New York City residents and New York City pensioners will happen. Because at the end of the day, these dollars are yours. These are dollars that you worked hard for, and life is hard enough. And if we're taking dollars from you that were not necessary because we could have done things better, cheaper, then we're making your life harder than it needs to be. I want to make your life easier by finding better ways to do the policies that we have on the books and free up the resources so we can give some of it back to you. At the end of the day, it's your taxes, it's your pension, it's your life.